first time. Holy world. No, what's good, SK Sevenfold gang? Anyway, let's see if this go through fine this time. But anywho, today's review video. The story of 051 Young Money versus THF 46. I ain't really sure what they be started with, but shit, let's see.
Our top story, rap lyrics crack the cold case. Tonight, a Newport newsman is charged in two.
Put my brother on the screen this time. When I say king, y'all say Vaughn. King! King! King!
He out the block. He's just like how we is, where we from. We all real close, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's just one of the guys. He just happened to be rapping. He figured out what he want to do. Everybody else, as a whole, I'm gonna say as a whole, we don't know what we want to do. Well, at the time, I ain't know what I want to do. We finna try to be the biggest drug dealers. We finna rob whoever got some money, or we finna finesse whoever got to finesse. We thinking streetwise. But he just one of the guys. He rapping and shit.
Detectives say the suspect's own song lyrics led them right to him.
The story of 051 Young Money versus THF 46. 051 YM is one of the most notorious sets in the south side of Chicago. This set is known for a high rate of killing, and is known for having a legitimate number of killers in their squad, with multiple bodies on them, including THF 46 members in this context. 051 members are mainly Mickey Cobras. They also consist of BD and GDs, and some of the older ones were even Stones. 051 territory covers more than the average gangs in Chicago. They cover 3 square miles, in which the average gang covers around 2 square miles of territory. The areas in which are controlled by YM is their local areas like Hyde Park, Kenwood, and Eastern Grant, which is shared between 051 and Drexside. 051 took a while before they became an established gang, but were established during the time frame of 2006 to 2007, which was the time things started cooking up between YM and THF. THF 46 is a gang that is based in 45th 46th, Drexel to Woodlawn, and is a group that is heavily known for THF beef with 051 Young Money, and is one of the bloodiest and most notorious wars in Chicago. THF is one of the most dangerous sets in Chicago, and has been around for a long time, with olders having dropped a lot of bodies. THF 46, also known as 46th Error, the THF is supposed to stand for Trigger Happy Family. The shorties of the two respective gangs often went at it, and fought each other in school and also outside. This is how many beefs start, and as they grow up, they get involved in gangs, and get involved in heavier businesses, aka guns get involved, and was only a question of when someone was about to get murdered. In this case, who was the first one about to be dropped in 051, or THF? The first person to get killed was from 051, and went by the name of Loss. Guys called Franco and Boo Boo from THF were the alleged killers at the time, but Franco was the one that later got convicted of the murder. Loss's real name was Carlos Mariels, and was shot and killed on March 13, 2008 at 4800 South Drexel Boulevard, at the age of 20. After he suffered from multiple gun wounds, Carlos was taken to the Northwestern Memorial Hospital, and was pronounced dead at 3:28 p.m. THF is known to be ruthless and dangerous, killing a lot of people, and being all up on their ops. Members who are known from the THF include Rome, who shot for example King Louis, and also killed D. Berg and shot Mac, both from Young Money. THF has strong allies in the street as well, which puts them in a more comfortable position in comparison to others. Their allies are sets like O Block, Lamron, 600, and THF 44, and they all have a common enemy, which in this context is 051 Young Money. But still 051 and O Block haven't dropped bodies from each other yet. One of the considered top guys in THF is Bezu, which is referenced by Dirk in No Auto Dirk. Like I mentioned earlier, THF are all up on their ops, giving them their reputation out on the streets. THF ops are 051, SKD, Mabu, Touch Money, 757, Met Boys, Suwu TTB.
That's a lot of fucking ducking and hiding and running or whatever they was doing to keep survival. But, okay.
As for 051, when Melly, DB, Motor and Duck were alive, they were the link between their respective sets in the streets. 051, Taekwon World, Jaro City and STL/EBT. All of them used to hang, but especially Melly, Duck, and Motor. TB used to hang around STL territory, as he was close with Duck and it was close by. The different sets were really close before Melly's death, even though they've had problems and differences in their past. 051 and STL in particular, as they had common enemies. As for today, the respective gangs aren't cool anymore. The reason things fell apart was because they were the links between their respective gangs, and it started with Melly's death. In September 2019, Melly was attending a house party with Jaro City members and FBG Duck, after one of Duck's friends passed away. They told Melly to be careful because rivals could secretly be at the party. Melly seemed to not care and kept celebrating. This was not until when 0078, Taekwon World, shot Melly in front of everyone. Way before killing Melly, Melly would shoot up 0078's house, after a dice game, with Nate's newborn child, and his baby mother. No one was injured, but Nate wanted to seek revenge, after what Melly did. 0078 also wanted to kill D-Roy, from a block when he was alive. The death of 051 Melly was heavy for the gang. He was one of their biggest shooters, and a longtime member and a beloved brother to them. So you already know retaliation was about to come for Taekwon World. The alliance was officially dead. 051YM would get their revenge by killing Richie Jerk from Taekwon World in 2020 after Richie Jerk posts his location, and since STL and TWR so close, their alliance with STL died as well, especially now that Duck is dead.
Damn. It's crazy how, like, y'all had 3 members from each group or area that held the glue between all y'all, when it should have been, you know what I'm saying, if y'all all got certain motherfuckers linking, you should been able to motherfucker, hey, nigga, these are motherfuckers too, you know what I'm saying, nigga, you got, we, you know what I'm saying, keeping each other up type shit. But it seemed like nobody gave a fuck about that bond but the main niggas. So once they was gone, it was pretty much like, fuck any alliance and everybody is a motherfucker to beef with. I don't understand it, but that's what it looked like. These commercials be loud as hell. And they All unskippable. Oh my goodness.
THF were the ones catching the first bodies. The first one, as mentioned earlier, was the murder of Los, in which Franco had turned out to have been the one to carry out the murder. In 2008, Zeko got killed as well, as he was returning home from Ashton University on 27th of September that year. He was asked to go to eat at McDonald's after he got a haircut at the barbershop, where he had gotten into problems with rival gang members 46 and fought, which led up to him getting shot with multiple gunshots, leading up to his death the day after. The killer was allegedly Aki THF 46 and became a suspect. He later fled to Indianapolis, but got caught and was eventually sentenced to 27 years. Zeko World Zeko Gang was later created in his honor. In retaliation, a friend of his and a member of 051 by the name of 051 Montana went and killed 2 THF 46 members in 2011. The first one was on April 8th, where Montana shot Quinton. On July 16th, he killed Tony, and both of them were beloved members of THF 46 and fueled the beef even more.
What's crazy is not too many people do stories on these motherfuckers, so I can actually, you know what I'm saying, review those. My main goal is to find mostly, you know what I'm saying, the fallen ones. Get a bit of a background on them. The other ones that's still alive, shit, I can kind of look them up, watch them still, you know what I'm saying. I'm just showing my respects to the dead. That's why I said I ain't picking no sides. I'm just showing my respects and learning some shit, you feel me? This shit crazy though. And I try not to talk when they talking or do too much pausing, so you'll hear me speak between some of just a silence. My own opinion, basically.
Back in 2009, the top dog of 46, Bezu and Bruh, allegedly killed Dominico 51. Bezu got arrested and held for the murder in 2014, and got locked up for 3 years, awaiting trial, but got released because of lack of evidence, and the next year Bruh went on and killed Twin 051. So at this point in time, THF 46 looked to be having the lead in the scoreboard. At this point, THF had already dropped 3 bodies, but like mentioned earlier, Montana dropped 2 bodies the year after, as retaliation. The next year of 2012, 2 more people would unfortunately get murdered. The first case was in May, where Bobo THF 46 allegedly killed Lil Chief. It is said that Bobo caught Lil Chief lacking in an alley on the 5000 block of South St. Lawrence Avenue, in the Bronzeville area. Bobo shot him in the chest with multiple shots and had a .45 caliber gun. Shortly after that, Young Money got to retaliate, and Lil Miko 51 caught Black from THF 46. So as you can see, killings happen from left and right between the 2 respective gangs, but this ain't even half of it. And not to mention, 051 was also having a war with 600 at the time.
Damn. That's what I'm saying. Like, how? How you had them consistent beef, and it's like y'all motherfuckers too close? Barely walk out your own house. I mean, them niggas didn't get no fuck.
2013 was the year that a female from Young Money were about to die and went by the name of Big A. She was 051 Ario's sister, and she was supposedly involved in a lot of hits and was a so-called driver for the gang. She was allegedly involved in L.A. Capone's death and a couple of others. Nonetheless, she got killed in a gas station by a THF 46 member. It is said that Dre Money was the one that caught her, and were with Westbrook 46 and Lilliant 46. Meanwhile, all of this, like mentioned earlier, 051 was heavily beefing with 600, and lost one of their most beloved members. In June 2012, 051 were about to endure one of their biggest losses, as they lost Fathead, also known as Fats, which was a tough pill to swallow for Young Money, as he was Montana's younger brother too, and was close to Melly. Fats was only 14 when he died at Southside Hamilton Park.
Damn. If these folks ain't even fucking 17, 18, and the ones that are, it's a shock for it.
L.A. Capone was allegedly the one driving the car, and Fat's cousin Erica, who was with him at the time, recognized him, so L.A. Capone pulled up with a van. But it is said that it was C.D. who fired the shots that killed Fats. It is rumored that Rhonda No. 9 and D. Rose was in that van as well, but it was later revealed by a police report and witnesses that S. was the one driving, and O.J. shot the first shots that made Fats fall. And C.D. went to him and shot 6 to 7 shots to the head. C.D. dropped his phone at the scene, but got away with it somehow. It is rumored that S. and O.J. snitched. 5 months after Fathead's death in November 2012, Kiddo, 051, killed Trix, 600, but Trix was rumored to be kicked from 600 for snitching on Drophily, 600.
So, okay, like the story I did the other day. Basically saying like when Trix got hit, nobody motherfucking took any kind of thought or feeling to the situation, which confused me. But I guess this is probably why. I mean, like they said in the beginning of the video, this is rumors and speculations. I'm just learning here, you feel me? Anyway.
051 still felt like they needed to kill someone big from 600. As to what allegedly led to Fat's death, was the murder Kiddo and Melly committed on a member of 600, by the name of Shaq. Fats, according to a rumor, also claimed that he killed Shaq at a school, and got killed by C.D., who was close with Shaq. The murder of D Street's 051 prior is what started the beef between 600 and Young Money, but Shaq's death is what led to Fathead's death, as mentioned, was a big loss for 051. Shaq was also 051 Melly's first murder that we know of, and was a murder committed with Kiddo. Shaq attended a party on February 2, 2012. As he was out partying and having fun, he went out to take a piss. Unfortunately, it was a piss that was gonna cost him his life.
Damn.
As he was taking a piss, Melly and Kiddo pulled up, and they both shot him. Melly hinted at the murder in a video where he told a child about someone who killed someone while taking a piss, and also dissing him for dying next to a garbage and smelled like one.
Okay, I remember that diss. I heard that.
get there. I'm letting you know. You know how I play out here. You don't come with that money, shawty. Come up and end missing. You talking? You don't know who I am? You don't know who I am? You scared of the dark?
No.
I'm one of them type of guys that be in the dark waiting for you when you gotta go pee at night. And I just get you, and you don't never come back to your parents again. Damn. You hear me? Then your TT ain't gonna be able to save you. Your daddy, he gonna be crying somewhere like, man, she don't got nothing to do with me. Just take me.
1 year after Fathead's death, and 2 months prior to Big A's death, 051 as mentioned earlier was hungry to retaliate against 600, and catch a big fish, make 600 hurt for what they had done. 051 YM members, Lil Mick and Rockhead, went after L.A. Capone, which is one of the biggest members of 600. As L.A. Capone was leaving from a studio session, he was caught, with multiple gunshots, lower back and thigh, leaving him in a critical condition, which led to him eventually dying. They tried to save him, but died in the hospital. Many people mourned the death of L.A. Capone, as he was loved by his homies in 600, but also by people like Lil Durk and other gang sets, such as A Block, 300 and many more. While 051 YM was celebrating it, Lil Mick even said to L.A., before shooting him, "You can't run now." He is currently serving a 60-year sentence, and is in the same prison as Rondo and C-Day. He was attacked by both while in prison with a shank, but escaped with no damage. The death of L.A. Capone led to C-Day and Rondo killing a cab driver they thought was involved, and later got arrested for it, and are now serving a 35-year sentence. 600 B.
Innocent bystander. Had nothing to do with shit. And he get fucked up. Because he thought he dropped off the ops. That's fucked up. How do you explain that shit to the news or his people? He was just trying to get some bread. That's fucked up.
Became really hungry for retaliation, and wanted to catch somebody from Young Money, as quickly as possible. They caught Polo and was killed by Lil Boo 600, but it seemed like a minor loss for them, especially compared to L.A. Capone. L.A. Capone was set up by a member from 757, by the name of Hard Knock. The crucial reason why Capone didn't make it was the fact that he was taken to a hospital, too far away, and he had been shot in the same leg, a year prior by Boss Trell.
When you sell on eBay, you're operating on a global scale, but you might not even notice.
These niggas ain't getting out for damn near half they life. And they look like they was fresh out of high school. Middle school, that probably was, ain't no telling though.
Like I mentioned earlier, L.A. Capone's death wasn't only a big deal to 600, but their allies, so as 600 was trying to retaliate for their bro, THF 46 was out for some blood on 051, so they linked up. In March 2014, Lil Mark 051 dropped a diss track called No Competition, dissing multiple dead 600, OTF, Lamron members, including L.A. Capone, Baldy Pack, Mosky Pack, Tasky Pack, Lil Rob Pack, woke up, ate a bowl of tricks, while I was blowing on D-Thang, riding down to Steve Drive, think I'm finna OD, took a trip to LA. Walaketa, man she threw at me. Lil Mark.
Damn. Like his wordplay, if you don't know who half the motherfuckers are dead, you wouldn't understand how to describe, how, you know what the fuck I mean, and figure out who the fuck he talking about. That's fucked up. But the way he did it with the wordplay was way different. So I might have to see this song.
Was also wanted for shooting Twila THF 46 in the neck. 3 days later, after the music video was released, Lil Mark and Lil Ant 051 were allegedly looking for THF members to kill. They didn't find anyone, so Lil Mark was waiting by a bus station. That's when a van pulled up with D-Rose 600, THF Twila, D-Roy, and King Von. The first shot was by D-Rose breaking the glass, and Lil Ant managed to run away. Lil Mark tried to run as well, but got shot in the head. Members of 46 THF 051 Young Money's longtime bitter enemy made vague tweets potentially implying their involvement in the killing of Lil Mark, such as Twila 46 tweeting, "This shit deeper than you all think. You all think this shit a game until one of you all get changed." A matter of minutes after Lil Mark's death. About a half hour later, Twila tweeted, "Quentin, we do this shit for you," implying that the dead 46 member, Quentin, is the reason they send shots at their ops. This was probably 051YM's biggest, second biggest loss, with Fathead in first. It is also rumored that D-Rose returned to the crime scene and took a photo and then deleted it.
These motherfuckers is crazy. They look young as hell. They look damn near alike. Like they wasn't just friends. Them niggas was damn near relatives.
Like mentioned earlier, Lil Mark's slaying was a collaborative job by 600 and THF 46. 600 and 46 had for a long time been allies as part of a Black Disciple alliance between Lamron, O'Block, Blackgate, Timb, 46, and 600. However, 46 and 600 really began to click up once 600's beef started with 051, whom 46 had been at war with for many years. The beef provided them with a common enemy, though even before 600 and 46 were both at war with YM. 600 had been a bitter enemy of Jaro City, who is clicked up with YM as a part of Lake Park, an alliance including 051 Young Money, TTB aka Suwoo, 757, 800, and Jaro City. The killing of Lil Mark was a huge score for THF 46 against their war with 051, and a win for 600 as well, as revenge for L.A. Capone. 051 mourned big time over the death of Lil Mark, so you already know that they were about to retaliate. Afterwards, Lil Durk posted a video of the bus stop, where Lil Mark was caught, and mocked him and clowning him. 051 felt heavily disrespected, and 051 Melly killed Lil Durk's cousin Nusky, only days after the video was dropped by Durk in May 2014.
They go for blood like in seconds. Ain't no damn talking about it. They want to run right up into it. God damn.
Bus stop, man. Hey, this bus stop right here though. This is a real famous place. You hear me? This is a real famous place, B. Hey, this bus stop is a real famous place, B. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Free my nigga team.
Melly was about to become one of Lil Durk's biggest tops. As for 600, 051 was plotting on catching a body from them as well. The year of 2015. In April, H.I.V were about to drop one of the founders of 600. H.I pulled up with a car and shot Lil Boo. His body fell into the car and were called Tirehead after that by 600's ops. Days later, a member of 600, rumored to be Bitedown, a 600 member currently incarcerated, accused of murdering his girlfriend, killed an individual known as China O or Chinaman. While there is a debate as to whether China O was a true member of 051, as some claim him to have been a member of Circon City, a powerful GD set located in Chicago's East Side, whom has no history of interaction with 600, it is widely agreed that China O was killed by 600 as a retaliatory action against 051. As of April 2017, China O is the last body directly involved in the 600 versus 051 conflict.
God damn, that was a mouthful of shit that you was not expecting. And when I say not expecting, god damn. But the fact that they beef stopped in an instance that 1 year, I guess that make a difference. But that's probably because half of them locked up and then the other half dead, whichever, you know. But the fact that these is young as hell kids, half of them not even fucking 15. How y'all surviving over there?
051 Melio also went on to kill another one, associated with Lil Durk, but also a member of THF 46. Melly smoked OTF Chino, which was Lil Durk's manager, and a close one to Durk. It is allegedly because Melly wanted to get under Durk's skin, as Lil Durk was disrespecting 051. And besides the video where he dissed Lil Mark, he also released the Finito remix, where he said he was gonna shoot Young Money up. Melly had a vid on Twitter, talking to the cam where he rebuked Durk for being a fake gangster and how he had just FaceTimed him, saying he was not on that, like he isn't capable of what he is talking about. Few days later, Chino was murdered, and this happened in March 2015. Chino was disrespected afterwards, as Melly was on a live on Instagram, where he was eating a burger and called it a Chino burger and laughed in mockery of the body he had dropped. So far, if you looked at the scoreboard, THF 46 had dropped more bodies from 051 than otherwise, but 051 Young Money was about to go off the coming years, especially 051 Melly, as he was their biggest shooter in the gang. He was dropping corpses left and right, and was therefore called the Grave Digger.
Okay, now I know why they call him that. How? It makes more sense, because at first I was wondering, well, did he come up with that name and just start calling himself that? Or motherfuckers just adapted that name because that's what the fuck he was out here doing. But I see.
My shit, bro. Chicken on pita in there, bro. Fresh from Nation. What? It's a half part.
Well, you don't even need all this shit. You and your cousin ride around all day, bro. Just let me get this shit, bro. Man, come on, a piece of it. There's only a piece left, bro. Just let me get this.
Take a piece of it. It ain't
Alright, I got you, bro. I just gotta get your money back, your curve and everything, bro.
So you a whole ass nigga. You bring up your little gracious thing when you need your shit. So motherfuckers remember what you did. Just let me a piece.
Yeah, Chino burger. That's what they said.
Get the fuck out of here.
My son just said Chino burger.
It wasn't long until another shooting was about to occur, as Bezu's stepson wanted to step up and shot at Melly. Raheem was only around the age of 14 to 15 years old. Not only was he Bezu's stepson, but he was also Duck's cousin, and Duck and Melly were friends. It is alleged that Duck warned his cousin not to do it, but he didn't listen. He shot Melly, but Melly survived, and of course, Melly himself, as anybody would be, was not too happy about that, so something was about to come for Raheem as retaliation. Raheem had also shot Ario 051 in the shoulder, so Raheem had to be aware that something was going to happen to him. Melly was hit on his foot, and it is alleged that a bullet grazed his head as well, but the bullet that grazed his head was allegedly by TP, an older member that was with Raheem at the time. 2 weeks later, Ario and Melly were in a car and spotted Raheem in an alley, and were killed. Some say it was Melly and some Ario. They were both there at least, and that's for sure. Ario was also the one that got charged for the murder, so evidence seems to point at him more than Melly. But Melly still got credit for it as he was there, and maybe even shot a few shots himself.
So okay, that explained then why Duck, you know what I'm saying, didn't get down like that with him on that situation. He was like, look, shit, he warned him, leave that nigga alone. It's up to you. Well, shit, I'm pretty sure he probably didn't say that, but he like, shit, let that shit be. And that ended up happening. That's a real fucked up way. But I mean, people look at it like, well, Duck was bogus. Not everybody, but some motherfuckers did. In my mind, I get it, like, shit, he played the game and he lost. So it's like, what you expect? We were still people, though. So I get why people was asking, like, how is he still cool and he popped your people? I don't know, though. That shit crazy.
A few details on the murder is that it occurred in the Bronzeville neighborhood. Raheem was with Twin that day. The two of them were outside, in the 4400 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue, when Ario and Melly opened fire from a car. Raheem was found by the emergency shot in the back dead, and Twin got shot in his foot, but wasn't too big a deal. He was taken to Cumber Children's Hospital.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, I've been telling everyone.
According to the authorities, where his condition got stabilized. As Raheem got shot in the back, he ran into an alley, where he collapsed and died. This was a heavy loss for Bezu, as he was very fond of his stepson, and he was in prison at the time. It was also a great loss for FBG Duck, as Raheem was his little blood cousin. But he understood that it was about war, so he stayed cool with Melly. He knew Melly got shot by Raheem, and that there would be consequences.
I mean, I can respect it because it's like, if you're not stepping in between my wars with motherfuckers you cool with and a certain note, I'm not gonna step in your way. I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do because shit, I warned both you niggas to leave it be. And that nigga came at it still, so you did what you had to do in retaliation. I see it.
Duck attended Raheem's funeral, even though there were many of THF 46 main killers at the ceremony. Nothing happened, as Duck was surrounded by family, and THF 46 wouldn't do anything as they respected and loved Raheem. Melly even mentioned and mocked the murder of Raheem to Bezu at an Instagram live.
650, you know, my boy got shot in this 750, but that's the spaceship. We call it spaceship. And it's back down. We gonna paint y'all that bitch. Come right back. Nigga shot my brother 2-5.
Yo, boy, as hell, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
When we gonna read you a bedtime story and tuck you in? Huh? When we gonna read you a bedtime story and tuck you in? Tell you about this nigga when he walked down this dark alley. He ain't make it to the other end of the alley.
I'm just reading the comments, bro.
I'm just asking you. I said you finna go to sleep.
I am.
And I said you want me to tell you about this story about this nigga, right? He went in through the one end of the alley, but he didn't make it to the other end. It was a black alley. Trying to tell you the story.
I heard of it. It's a story. Why you never heard? Why you wasn't there? Of course. I'm saying. Never heard of it.
As you already know, when a murder is committed, there is always retaliate, and so 051 caught Raheem, and it was a big loss for Bezu and THF 46. So as 051 Young Money took Raheem, THF was eager to catch a body from 051, just to get eye for an eye. Westbrook THF 46, in August that same year 2015, caught Wank 051, and murdered him. Wank was an OG from 051, and was at the age of 35, which is most losses, were a heavy loss for Young Money. Wank was supposedly shot, as he was walking by in Kentwood. He was walking in the 4900 block of South Drexel, about 8:30 p.m. when a white SUV approached, and the front passenger, allegedly Westbrook, exited the vehicle, pulled a handgun and fired multiple shots, according to police and the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. After Westbrook had shot him, he supposedly ran back into the white SUV, and drove away fast from the scene northbound, according to witnesses. Wank is said to have lived nearby the scene where he was killed and suffered gun wounds to the back and his arm, according to the authorities. As emergency services rushed to the scene and picked him up, he was rushed to the Northwestern Memorial Hospital and was later pronounced dead at 9:04 p.m. A little more than 1 month later, the month of September, a kid was about to get killed by someone from 051. Taiwan was murdered in the Kenwood neighborhood. He was out with his friends playing basketball in the area. His mom was hesitant to let him go out and play basketball, but Taiwan begged his mom to let him go out with his friends. His mother relented and emphasized that he should be careful as she worries and knows how dangerous things are in the neighborhood. Taiwan and a friend of his were walking in the 4400 block of South Greenwood. At about 7:30 p.m. as they were just walking, a car drove by and started shooting. A bullet penetrated Taiwan's head, and his friend got caught in the leg twice. Taiwan died instantly at the scene, and the 15-year-old was rushed to the University of Chicago Cumber Children's Hospital, where his condition stabilized. The alleged killer was Arrow. Some sources point to Taiwan just being caught in the crossfire between the Young Money and 46 war. Some say he just hung out with a few members, but the rumor is that he is pretty innocent whether he was affiliated or not, and the fact that he got killed is only because he got mistaken for someone else, or Arrow thought he was rolling with THF 46, which is mentioned, isn't for sure if he was, or not. Arrow was allegedly looking for THF 46 members that would maybe celebrate the birthday of Raheem, as he was supposed to have turned 16 that Saturday, according to sources familiar with both gangs.
So they're not even sure Buddy was even a innocent bystander or a motherfucker part of it. And that's the fucked up part, because how the fuck do your family know what really happened then if they not sure they self? You know what I'm saying? Like, explain that thought. That's a real fucked up feeling.
The next year was about to be similar to 2015. About 4 murders were about to be committed between the two gangs, unless you don't really count the murder of Taiwan, but is a murder pushed and caused by the gang war. The first murder was in June 10, and it was the murder of T. Berg from 051 Young Money. He was shot at the 200 block of West Garfield Boulevard by Rome THF 46 and T-Man THF 44. Rome and T-Man were around looking for some ops to shoot and kill, and unfortunately caught D. Berg. The block he was shot at is based in Englewood. According to Officer Barry Lemon, a Chicago police spokeswoman, it happened around 8:45 p.m., where the two men walked up and opened fire. He was caught with multiple shots and suffered from a lot of gun wounds on his body. As the ambulance rushed to the scene, they brought D. Berg to the Northwestern Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead at 10:35 p.m. No one was caught for the murder, so Rome and T-Man are only alleged killers. Another man was also shot by the age of 27, in the chest and leg, but was brought to the hospital right in time, and got stabilized. There was a live stream, where Drilla 051, and Tracy THF 46, where Tracy claimed T. Berg's body, or that he was there, yelling his name. Drilla reacted very strongly saying he's going to jail. Speculations are that he was only talking trash, but we'll never know. But according to Drilla's reaction, you would think he had something to do with it, but is only alleged, nothing for sure.
It's all speculations.
Driller was in 25-15, boy. 2015, boy. And I ain't never seen you.
What you hear?
What you hear? Come on, man.
He wasn't even known for music or anything, only the way he carried himself and the things he did out on the streets. The unfortunate one who was murdered was Trayvon from THF 46. It was November 30th, the day it happened, around 8:05 p.m. in the 6800 block of South Cornell, in South Shore. Trayvon also used to claim Marvin World. He used to live only a few houses away from Ellie, 6400 block of South Ellis, Snow Block territory. The police found Trayvon's body in a gangway with gunshot wounds to the head and stomach. Speculations are that he was either followed by Melly from his home, or he was caught. As Melly has strong ties in Malltown, he used to hang there more than in 051 territory. There are rumors that TTB Nez was there as well. A few days after, THF 46 retaliated quickly. A shooting happened in East Hyde Park on December 2, 2015. A member from 051, known as Shot Mac, and was 33 years old. Shot Mac was walking in a park in the 5400 block of South Cornell, where Rome THF 46 allegedly pulled up behind him and shot him, but wore a mask. This was supposedly a response to "Fuck the Ops 2" video.
Them lyrics really piss people off. It get through to the point that they pull up on your ass just cause of video and some words. That shit makes shit real touchy with a lot of people. I don't understand how a lot of people fucking let words, you know what I'm saying? You know what they taught you as a kid, but that don't apply in this world. I already know that.
The body to get caught in 2017 was Bobo THF 46. He was a beloved member of THF 46. He was in prison for armed robbery and a murder case since 2015. He finally managed to get out, as he beat the case in March 2017. He was picked up by his friends, and as they drove away, another white car pulled up with 051 Drilla and Montana and shot up the car Bobo was in. He died immediately. Regarding his case, he allegedly shot a man during a robbery and robbed another man a few hours later in 2015. The man he shot died weeks later. He beat his murder case when prosecutors failed to give him a speedy trial, was killed minutes after leaving Cook County Jail. Cook County prosecutors dropped the murder charges at the end of January after allowing too much time to elapse under the state's speedy trial statute, according to court records and Bobo's attorney. The robbery charges remained and Bobo was ordered held on a $100,000 bond. The car Drilla and Montana was in rushed and ran a red light and crashed into a car, and they ran away from the car rapidly. Bobo's attorney was shocked, as he was a friend of his family for over 2 decades. He also advised him to get out of the neighborhood as soon as he got out, but unfortunately got killed within minutes as he left.
Damn. Had no time to make no thought. That's fucked up. He died instantly.
Reach millions of buyers around the world.
I know damn. Nobody's untouchable. Let's say that, I guess, because nobody so far basically been just let the fuck go. Everybody's getting hit. Ridiculous.
The attorney also said that this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but was shocked that the word got out so quickly as for when he was going to be released. The murder and robbery Bobo was in for was not gang-related. The person who was shot is named Sorrel Marshall and died 3 weeks later. The charges were not upgraded to murder until nearly a year later, in April 2016. It wasn't clear why prosecutors waited so long to file murder charges. However, Marshall's death was not immediately ruled a homicide by the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, which initially marked the case as pending further investigation. But the clock under the speedy trial statute had started ticking with the attempted murder charges. The murder charges did not reset the clock, because they were based on the same set of facts. Prosecutors had no choice but to drop the charges. Marshall was shot after he dropped off his girlfriend near her apartment at 37th and Vincennes Park, when Bobo and another person allegedly tried to rob him and shot him in the leg and groin. How Drilla and Montana found out is unknown. Maybe someone set them up or someone talked and it leaked out onto the streets, but it is, however, still unknown. 051 Young Money, or more specifically Drilla and Montana, were proud of that score as it was a big hit for them, because Bobo was a menace in the streets and they also dissed him a lot, so they seemed happy about that one. They literally dissed him in multiple songs. Drilla would diss him, clowning how he never got out. In September 2018, 051 Drilla would drop a song titled 51 Dead Ops, dissing exactly 51 dead ops, which caused the song to blow up and also become a meme. The track currently has 7.3 million views as of 2021. After the murder of Bobo and the fact that Drilla was involved in the murder of Nusky, THF 46, 600 and Lamron was aching to catch Drilla and kill him. One day twin THF 46 and Drilla saw each other out on the street and both of them were strapped. Drilla was chasing Twin, but as Twin was running, he somehow opened fire towards Drilla. Drilla got caught in the stomach with 3 shots, but somehow got lucky and survived.
Dang, you got 2 lucky. 3 shots. You can't take 3 shots in this mid area.
This was one of the latest or last killings between THF 46 and 051 Young Money that we know of, even though THF 46 is their main ops, and still their main focus. The focus shifted a bit, as 051 Young Money and their allies would start beefing. Young Money was about to endure one of their biggest losses, 051 Melly. As mentioned earlier, DB, Motor, Melly and FBG Duck were the link between their respective gangs 051, Taekwon World, Jaro City, and STL/EBT. Beef started cooking up, primarily between 051 and Taekwon World, because Melly and Nate started beefing over some dice games. Melly allegedly opened fire towards Nate's house, where his baby mama and newborn baby were, but luckily didn't get hurt, and that would obviously not slide just like that. In September 2019, Melly was attending a party with 051 Lil Greg, Shawnees, a few Jara City members and FBG Duck, after one of Duck's friends died. Melly was told to be careful, as there were going to be some ops that could secretly attend the party, but Melly didn't seem to care and went anyway. It wasn't a plan set up or anything, Melly was just lacking big time, and Nate found out about the location. Nate went with Drew and opened fire towards the party and caught Melly.
Damn. That party shit get you fucked too. You know you got motherfuckers looking for you. You should not be outside that easy.
This was allegedly not a Taekwon worldwide decision. Dro allegedly got shot in the head for his involvement, and Melly was important for their alliance, so TW were trying to let them know that it wasn't like that, saying rest in peace Melly, and taking distance from Nate and denying him. 051 didn't accept that it was only Nate and Dro involved, so they started threatening TW members and their families. TW were trying to make amends, but as they took distance and allowed Dro to be left in a crippled state almost dying, they figured nothing was gonna be enough, and started dissing back. It was mostly Richie Jerk TW, who started acting up, while some members were with him. Some were trying to stay cool, but that's just rumors. Other sources point out that most of TW started dissing 051. Richie Jerk was later killed by someone from 051 Young Money as revenge. In 2020, 051 are waiting for Nate to get out of prison, so they can kill him. Slowly but surely the alliance was dead, even though 051 biggest ops were THF 46, they started beefing with others, so that's that. Not long after that, FBG Duck died and so on. 051YM still has active members and rappers that are alive, and not in prison, like 051 Drilla, who is slowly blowing up with songs like 51 Dead Ops, Big Dog, On Me, Fuck the Ops, and made a song with 051 Rose, until Rose was arrested in September 2020 for first-degree murder. Pryboy 051 was, as of today, was bailed out on $100,000 bond and was in jail for an alleged murder, and were inside for 7 years for the murder of Aaron from Blog. THF 46 would probably be interested in him as he was there when Nusky was murdered. He didn't shoot though, but was allegedly the driver. Arrow also got released on bail and is a free man today, and the beef continues.
I wonder how many still standing. On what part did you not think, like, I'm gonna be dead next. Maybe I should relocate or some shit. I don't know. I'm just asking. Too many people dying in their own hood. And that motherfucker pitch up that sad. You say, motherfucker, you dying in your own hood. All I can say is, shit, don't shit where you eat. Best thing I can say so far. I don't know. My thoughts. I'm out.